Okay, I think we survived. Yep, we're live. Jesus Christ. I was about to have a heart attack because the network was just doing its own thing here and it wasn't going live, it wasn't connecting. And I was like, yo, it can't happen now. But anyway, Dumelang, Sanbonani, Molweni, Huyanan, Macheroni. My son's trying to feature in the shot, like he's putting his fingers and doing all these things. But yeah, um, hello everybody. Thank you for joining us for another conversation, an around the table conversation. It's good to be back. I know I wasn't here on Monday due to other work commitments, so I excuse guys for abandoning you, but I know I left you in good hands. I got to catch the last half of the show as I landed. So uh, I'm happy to see Jure around the table has a well-oiled machine, where the whole team can just jump in and make it work. I didn't know whether I'd make it or not. And I thought, should I log in? Should I not? But I was like, the team has it on lock, let me just watch and be a guest. And thank you for all the interactions. I think Monday's topic kind of triggered a lot in some people. Sure, I feel like the whole of the around the table conversations season kind of needs to be done again, and all the topics that we've had um, need to be revisited. So it's something we are considering in coming back again. We've got 2 more episodes left, which is next week. So next week is our last show. And it's been a great journey. Like it's really been great, guys. I feel like we've started conversations. And yes, by the way, La Khupula, I was looking for a word about conversation starters. They call conversation strategists, and I feel like we are on the right path to being conversation strategists. Putting together conversations, getting our info and our facts right, and all of that. So yeah, it's been a great season of Around the Table. So welcome to another evening. And yeah, I am hosting alone today. Unfortunately, Tando couldn't make it as she had other commitments as well. But I hope you'll understand, Jore. It's all about the conversations, man. If one person is missing, we all just find a way to make it work all together. It doesn't mean we love you any less or we don't think you are important. And today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Today's topic is young, black, and making moves. And the reason behind this topic is it's not necessarily about how far you've made it, but it's more about the strides you've taken to get to where you are. The journey, letting us into the experience of how you got to where you are and the things that you're doing, the involvement and everything all together. So I don't want to give off the expectation, yo, my guests are like millionaires or billionaires or whatever it is. But I felt that it's really important to have the conversations of how you're making moves, how you are doing better in your community or in your sector or anywhere around you. So I'm going to welcome my 2 guests. They're young, amazing ladies. One is in the arts and culture sector, and then the other one is also in the marketing sector. So, sure, Kinevas today, I can see why. I feel like, Jesus, I haven't done this in a while, and I'm just not getting it right. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I can feel that somehow today. But I think I'll be okay during the show. I just need to adjust. Maybe I just missed you guys also. But anyway, let me welcome my first guest. So my first guest is a wife to a friend's brother. And I met her at an event. Was it 2 years back? Like it's a Cape Town still. Go gin. What was it? Gin and rum social garden. And I remember when I met her, everybody was just having fun and we were all just drinking and we were happy. And yeah, I got to meet a oh, hello Nomzamo, how are
Hi,
you?
hey.
I just remember the first day we met actually, and I was like, oh yes, 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 you know, you were a very bubbly soul and you were just so welcoming and so warm, and I was like, she's an amazing one, she's an amazing, and
We were
I'm
at the
glad.
good time.
Yes, you know, I'm glad we kept the relationship going, and we're at this point where we're now having conversations, you know. I know you're doing great in your space as well, you know,
Yeah,
even through all the challenges that have come forth, you know.
yeah.
So I'll give you 2 minutes just to introduce yourself before I introduce my next guest.
Perfect. Hi, guys. My name is Nomzamo. As Katja has introduced me, I've been in marketing for almost 10 years. I find myself trying to cope with lockdown and revive myself or pivot, as they've been saying. Yes, I am a wife to the brother of the friend.
Of the
And yeah, my partner has been the one sort of, lamppost or light post when I feel like I'm drowning and I see that light. He's been that kind of sort of navigator for me. So it's been very cool.
Oh, thank you, Zamo. I'm so
Yeah,
glad you've got that support structure. You know what I mean?
a
So we all bump into to each other at Groove or somewhere
good
in the street.
times.
You know what I mean? You know, but we miss those times and we'll get them back.
Yo, the outside was so nice.
No, I miss it. I won't lie. Like I miss the outside. I'm enough of the inside.
Yo,
Like my tide is
girl,
tired. Everything is just tired.
girl,
So,
girl.
yeah. You know,
I
without
hear you.
wasting time, let me introduce my next guest. So our next guest is Lungile Zaphi. Um, hello, Lungi. I'm going
Hello,
to
hi guys.
how I know you also.
Hey.
So I met Lungi through my sister, who's also in the arts and culture space, and I felt like Lungi was also very fitting, you know, for the show because she's another young change pioneer who's a mover and shaker in her own field. You know what I mean? And people might not know her, but I think this becomes a great platform as well to talk about what you do, Lungi. So welcome to Around the Table.
Thank you, Kasha, for the
Um,
invitation or the opportunity.
No,
Yeah.
I can't wait to kind of dig deep into it, you know. But before we go on, Lungi, maybe you want to tell us a bit of who you are and what it is that you do.
Okay. My name is Lungile Zaphi. Born and bred in Soweto. So currently I'm in the arts industry, and particularly in music education. So I work
Mhm.
for a nonprofit organization situated in White City, which is named the Morris Isaacson Center for Music. So mainly the center, we provide music education to about 290 plus children here in Soweto with music education. And yeah, it's been a good journey. So much to learn, so much that still needs to be done for our community. And yeah,
Definitely.
can't wait.
So is this the Morris Isaacson? Yeah, yeah, 1976, or is this another? Yeah, no, I agree. There's street name, there's location changing, there's everything. So you know, you just wanna
Yeah,
kind of
Confirm.
familiarize yourself as to where exactly is this
yeah,
and what it is that you're doing and where you're situated. You know, so yeah.
yeah. So yeah, our center, it is in the premises of the Morris Isaacson Center for Music. Sorry,
Okay.
Morris and Isaacson Secondary High School, but it's quite
Okay.
hidden because often people know the high school, right? And then our center is actually behind the school, so it's just on the other side of the
Is
high
it in
school.
the school grounds? Though?
Is it where?
In the school grounds?
You see where the school grounds are. We just at
Yeah.
between at the back opposite of the school grounds and the high school.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
but it's,
confusing because I'm like, okay, are
I
you part of the
know.
school or is it
Yes,
a set? Is it a different thing?
yeah, high school.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, or maybe
Okay,
most
cool.
people actually know it. You know the big hall, the Morris Isaacson Community Hall. There's
I think I know.
another.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, there's a hole there, and it's so amazing that our center has been there for 10 years, and so many people don't actually know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Wow.
been,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, don't
Soweto,
judge me. I've never been to Morris Isaacson High School, so don't judge me, okay?
No, it's fine.
never,
It's
ever,
okay.
ever.
But I
No,
have to.
can you
I
please
am gonna
come
come
to
now.
Soweto?
No,
Come to
no.
Soweto and let's do the tour,
I
please.
know. Soweto, I have been like trillions of times. I'm saying Morris Isaacson is in the school, going onto the premises, like
That's what
going
I'm
Yeah,
saying. So
inside.
let's
Like I don't know where
come to
class 1A
Soweto.
is or class 1B, but like I mean, like literally going into the premises. I've never. But now that I've met Lungi and we're talking about
I'll
music,
host you guys. I'll
I'll
host you. Don't
definitely
worry.
be there.
Yeah.
Definitely be. I'm gonna pick up
See,
my
you
lessons,
see.
my piano lessons with you.
Now. Yeah, I mean, we've all connected. So I
Yeah.
mean, we all have a big
Voila.
lounge, and but you spoke about sorry, Lungi, and I'm gonna kind of maybe just start from you being the last person that introduced themselves, and then move up to you, Zamo. Is that
Yeah.
you spoke about having been there for like 10 years, you know what I mean? I know for a fact that my cousins are working with something to do with arts and culture, and there's all these exhibitions that keep coming up, you know what I mean? And you feel like, hey, utlwa gore smang mang curated it and whatever. Why do you feel like art is not celebrated or spoken enough about in the townships or just generally, in our communities? Because art is such an amazing thing. And Hakir art, I don't mean just the actual drawer, but in terms of the music, the arts and culture, actually, the music, the elements that go into the whole industry. Why is it that is something that is never spoken about?
I think it dates back to the apartheid period because art was taken away from us as people of color. Because art is how we document our own history. Art is, has so many things that have to deal with us, be it religion, history, our own values, systems, faith, beliefs, whatever soft elements that make sense of us. So those things past have been taken away. And so from our grandmother's generation to our parents' generation, they were never exposed to it because it was taken away from that. So it becomes a spillover effect to our generation, which is the reason why it feels like it's not playing its vital role enough. So that's why when we do such things, I'll tell you why I say this. That's why I think, so last year, I so sorry to hop on and off of
No
things.
problem.
So last year, I started also to create shows like in my neighborhood because I had a bad feeling that, I know great artists that come from Soweto. We in town, when we hook up in town, they do amazing things. The artwork is known globally. But the subjects that actually stem the motivation or that stem the idea that the visual artist will draw the painting, they're from Ekasi, and the guys are the people that are going to relate with that artwork even more. But yet we're still not giving our community the platform to actually experience art on its own. So it's not that it's not being valued or whatever, but I think it just goes back to post to a pilot area.
So I mean, with you being in marketing, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm already thinking, oh my God, so how do you help such organizations, or what is it that you actually do, But what do you think we get wrong? And not even wrong, but what do you think? Sure, maybe let me say it as I'm thinking it, right? What do you think we are not doing, rather, you know what I mean, to kind of give these organizations the opportunities to be out there, you know what I mean? A lot of people will talk about marketing. Hey, I'm doing marketing. There's social media marketing, there's online marketing, there's traditional marketing, there's print and all of that stuff, you know what I mean? But what do you think we're just not doing for small organizations to kind of get the opportunity to be as big as a Coca-Cola in itself,
Yeah, I think just before we got onto this call, I said to Lungi, one, accessibility is a big thing. So, I mean, for me growing up, music wasn't something that was, easily accessible. It wasn't something I knew that, I could get easily and at the fee that you're charging. I think that's one. And I think there wasn't a trajectory. There wasn't like a path that you could see. So growing up, you didn't know that, okay, if I play a violin, you know, I could end up being in one of the top world like orchestra, for example, or you know, so maybe the education around music wasn't very clear. I know when I was growing. However, the
Sure.
perception of arts, I feel, has changed because a lot of people are going into all sorts of art, right? So music, graphic design, gaming. I mean, it's right. Creative industry now is like endless. Clothes, there's everything, home interior decorating. So I think for a small business, and I was saying to Lungi, where do you guys play? I was asking her like, where are your concerts? Who are the corporates you're trying to partner up? Who are the people that you are sort of in your own network that you're trying to get the word out there about what you do. So one thing I've learned is that during lockdown is that you got to start talking to a lot of people you know, people you don't know, people you admire on social media, people you aspire to partner with. And I mean, they might be quiet, they might say no, but you know what? This is the time I feel more than ever that putting yourself out there is, it's more predominant now. So if you are a business, and I mean, I find myself in a position where I don't have formal employment. However, I'm making a lot of strides or effort in terms of personal branding. So myself as a brand.
Yes.
What are the services? How do I connect? How do I create community that other people can connect with? And I think this is why conversations like this are so important, because Lungi, you can speak to me, you can speak to Katleho, you can speak to your neighbor. You don't know who the next person is that's going to open that next chapter for you, right? So marketing isn't this like complicated textbook or complicated like digital and AI and like SEO. Literally marketing is you talking to somebody. You go to Woolies, you go to marketing is just putting yourself out there. That's in the simplest terms, it's putting yourself out there. That literally is it, and telling the story of your brand. And I think just speaking to you, you're doing such great work. You don't have to even do that much to, sort of sell your work or sell what you're doing.
Definitely. I mean, speaking on that, Zami, you spoke about losing, not being employed, you know what I mean? So it's losing your job because of COVID and everything that's kind of happened around this time, but you found ways to reinvent yourself. And I think this is why I kind of connected to you and made sense of it, because you've done something, you know what I mean? A lot of people are either struggling with depression, anxiety, they don't know what their next move is going to be. We're all thinking, oh my God, I need to fix my CV. But even in fixing your CV, you know what I mean? The organizations are not hiring people. I mean, we are suffering in advertising altogether, where we're losing contracts. We're not even sure what's going to happen. Everybody's saying, oh no, but digital is big, that is that, and this is that. You know, how do you find yourself kind of coping, and how do you find yourself keeping yourself sane? You know what I mean? And saying, okay, I've started subscriptions. What is the reason or the bigger picture for me starting this, and how will it then keep me alive until I either get my next employee or the business I've started kind of then picks up and moves forward from it?
Yeah. So just from where you started. So lockdown sort of came along. Companies told employees to work from home. That was kind of the safety measures. Fast forward, we got some phone calls around salary cuts. Fast forward, the retrenchment sort of happened, right? So it was a very fast process. But more importantly, there wasn't much time to process those emotions of sadness, anger, anxiety, shock. I mean, you're still trying to get used to lockdown. So, it was like a lot in those 21 days. And I think one thing that I think I had to learn also was not just being quiet. I'm the kind of person that maybe if I get angry or if I get frustrated, I tend to just close up and then I don't speak to my partner. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to help me.
He doesn't know what's going on.
He doesn't know what's going on. He's like trying everything. Like, let's do this. Let's listen to music. Let's do TikTok videos. Let's, do fun things.
Something,
whatever. Just try to, get the vibe, But the problem was that like, if you don't verbalize, if you don't speak, if you don't communicate, and I mean, you may not always have someone that you're isolated with to speak to, but whoever, someone close in your family that you
or is definitely
is the starting point. So when it started, it felt like I was the only one who lost my job. I was the only one that was going through this. And it felt like a why me moment. It felt like, geez, I work hard for this job. Like I'm in it, I'm studying. I was heading up the group events at that point. So like, I was like, why me? Like, why do you guys want to retrench me?
You know?
Yeah,
Yes,
like,
yeah.
kind of thing. And you take it personally, and you take it like, am I not good enough? Am I, why? Like, why? And then
Definitely.
even people that I was contacting and phoning and just like trying to reach out from like a marketing, roles and opportunities. Every person you phone is like, yo, who bad? Like,
yeah.
like we can't even pay our current people. We don't know if we are still going to be in these jobs. So, girl, we can't help you. So it felt like a lot of closed doors in the beginning, right? And like you were saying, that there's people felt stuck. So people felt stuck,
Definitely.
whether it was like your restaurant was closed, your saloon was closed, you got retrenched. Everybody was going through that. Income was just like, everybody was just tense around the income story. So it just felt like, my gosh, like the world is coming to an end for real. Besides the bottle stores being closed, but it felt like the world was coming to an end.
I
like,
know how
for
you
real.
love your things. I mean, the first thing you said was, guys, I'm going to go get a glass of wine. So,
it just felt like you were saying, I'm a community type of person. So I'm an extrovert. I connect and I thrive with people's energy. So I mean, like you're saying, I could meet you at a function and I someone I know, but we have we have an energy and we just we have a good time. So I'm that kind of person. Yeah. So I had to find a way that get unstuck. I had to find a way to get out of this thing, because obviously 21 days got extended, and every time Cyril was like, my fellow South Africans, we knew that
it was over.
We are continuing with this thing, kind of thing. So you can't be stuck for every day. You know what I mean? You can't have days where you're crying and, you wake up, you're just in your pajamas the whole day. But I had to become unstuck. And then I kind of had to
the whole day, guys. I still sit in my pajamas. I'm like, I'm not going to get out of bed. I'm going to sit here.
In my pajamas.
Literally wake up, brush my teeth, give my kids food. And then I wake up, laptop, and I'm sitting in. You know what I mean? Literally. And I'm like, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do, because, look, that's the only way I can cope. My son has a whole routine. He takes a bath early in the morning as if he's going to school. At 20:07, he's at the desk. Wow. He's ready to tune into class, and it's a whole thing. And I'm like, nah, wake up and bath at 7. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Because it's so hard. It really is so hard.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
Dude, like even with work, there is.
At home, there's just your mother. You have to do house chores.
Exactly. I just feel like, because I wasn't going anywhere. The fact that I wasn't going anywhere, I was like, I can have safe environment. There's no water. I guess
it's okay. Yeah.
that was me, right? Then to get unstuck, I came up with Subsessions, and that was, how you and I kind of.
We're going to get into Subsessions now. So you spoke about how you kind of had to get unstuck in everything that you do. Zabalaz, okay, but before I ask Lungile, maybe let's just engage as well here. So the question here is, if I have a business or I've started one, I'm assuming, do I market me, the owner, or the business? You know what I mean? So I think this comes into play as to then that's maybe this is then directed to both of you to say, how do people separate between the brand and the business at this particular point? Because we are all feeling stuck, you know what I mean? And the first thing I want people to know who I am. Before people know who I am, I want people to know what I'm doing and all of that. So maybe let's just answer that question, then I can then just link again back to what I wanted to ask you, Lungi.
Lungi, do you want to go first?
Oh, okay. I mean, I think it depends what type of business it is, right? Sure. I mean, in terms of what kind of enterprise is it? Is it a partnership? Is it a sole proprietorship? Is it a closed corporation? Is it a non-profit organization? But for a sole partner, your business and you just one thing. So you can promote yourself, promote you as a business. But if it's an organization like an NPO, you have to promote the whole organization, but just bear in mind that you're the face of the organization. So I think it depends I think if maybe the brother can just be more clear on what business he wants to venture in, and then we could advise accordingly.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. I think like if it's a startup and you are the sole owner or you're still in the sort of infancy of your business, you and your business are not different, right?
Yeah.
Because you're telling your story, you're pitching who you are, you're pitching what you believe in. So your branding, you know, your business and you, it shouldn't be a different. We're buying into your story, buying into, you know,
Yes.
why you're
To the
doing
business.
this. I mean, you know, the whole thing about like, you know, marketing was around the Stymix Cynic, like what's your why? So it's a big thing around, okay, but why are you creating this? We want to believe you so that we believe in your product. So I agree that there isn't, you know, your brand and your business, you can't be completely different. You can't be selling us like vegan, you know, vegan friendly skin products, but then maybe you as a person are like animal cruelty or doing something that's the complete opposite of your brand.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to go back to our discussion point, so Lungi, Uzami said earlier that obviously we then have to crawl out of whatever it is that we're going through and find ourselves. And a lot of the times, people feel like music is their escape, you know what I mean, or is their safe haven and all of that, you know. How did that work for you guys, or how has lockdown kind of affected that element for the music school, you know? And now that we're in level 3, are you guys back? Are you working? You know, how have you kind of kept the students motivated in saying, guys, either practice at home, we'll use online videos and all of that stuff, because that becomes very important as well to say, how do we keep our sanity, guys? You know what I mean? People are dealing with anxiety. People are dealing with depression in their own elements, you know. How do we help our community kind of deal with it? And how can our community, for you, Lungi, in this instance, meaning your school community, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a real challenge, Ross, after the lockdown. So before the lockdown, right, our center is like a safe space for like 290 plus kids around my community, right?
Wow.
We take them away from like all these social ills, like being exposed to drugs in the streets, being exposed to, you know, all these social ills around in any other township, really. So when they're at the center, they more or less like at home, you know. Plus, every Saturday we've got a feeding scheme that we give them a free meal every Saturday. You know, they get a meal, and some kids really, you can see that they're from homes where, you know, they So, and not only that, we offer them music education. We partnered with the South African College for Applied Psychology. So we offer counseling. We offer
like mental health.
Like workshops around sex education, drug and alcohol abuse, you know. So the center is very like quite active. So when the lockdown took place, we had no choice but to move online, you know. But it left some of us, more especially with my team, which is teachers and our music director, you know, with some of the kids that we're actually concerned about that have been going to counseling. We know that actually they've got problems at home, and now, you know, they're in a confined spaces. They have to face this thing. We're not there to assist them. They can't reach out, you know, whatever the reason might be. So it has taken a real toll on us. Also considering that we're a nonprofit organization and we fundraise like as we go, you know. So like just speaking about music, there was just one element that was actually quite good. So our kids were still practicing at home, and then one of our learners got captured by one of Reuters photographers. I think it was in Snawania or something, you know. So the kids like, you know, practicing throughout the lockdown, and it was amazing. And, you know, you know, so it was really, really, really amazing. We haven't resumed like our activity. We're planning to go back from the 6th of July, but it will be only just one-on-one lessons. We can't like open in full capacity because of COVID restrictions. And we can't have a certain number of kids in the classroom because our classes are very small. So we just, considering each and every step that we need to take. But I think the kids have their instruments with them. They have been practicing. We have been using Zoom.
Where are you airing some of these things? Like where are they, like on the page or like on you? Where are they like So where can someone see them?
On our pages. We've got we've got a Facebook page, Instagram that we air out. You can just sign up on our mailing list.
Please just share that with me so that I can share it.
That'd be very cool.
Please share it with me so that I can share it to our audience as well.
So, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All the questions.
Okay, no, sorry. I thought there was a lag there. I was saying, please, can you share your Facebook? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Zami? Can you hear me, Lungi?
I can hear you.
Okay, let me just. So maybe log off and log on again.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm good.
Sure. Sorry, that was me. Yeah.
The passion.
Sorry.
You know, yeah. You take knowledge.
Yeah.
Please can you share your page names so that I can share them with our audience as well, so that at least people know where to reach you, you know? But I mean, you've also started a great platform, Sip Sessions, where you're having conversations, you know what I mean? What was the idea behind that? You know, why decide to start a platform where you're having conversations and you're not really making money out of it, or there's no revenue of some sort coming in?
For me, like I was saying, there was a big part of getting unstuck, right? So there was a big part about what do I need to do to make that next step? What do I need to do to get unstuck, right? And I had to think of the things I enjoy doing. So I'm a people's person, like I told you. I love connecting, and I love connecting with different types of people. Only because people are the people, like people are where we learn. They're walking textbooks, you know, like they're people that it's free information that you can get from someone. So Sip Sessions is a platform where we have these conversations, and the conversations are conversations that maybe you don't know who to have with. Maybe they're like a little bit difficult to have, but more importantly, they're authentic conversations that are relevant to us as Black people. So we also need to, at this time, more than ever, need to acknowledge that we have our own problems as Black people. We have our own conversations that we need to have. We need to have our own, we need to solve our own issues, and we need to come up with our own solution. And that's it. So we're not out there trying to look for foreign to come give us the solution. We need to find the solutions, right? And ultimately, with Sip Sessions, the conversations are also things that matter to me. So things around like relationships, and those that matter to you as well, right? So relationships, what are the dynamics of relationships, whether you're dating or married? What are family dynamics that we think as a Black family? Like, are there still things that are unspoken about, like depression and, you know, gender? And are there still these things that people don't speak about, being like homosexual? Like, is it still, you know, because ultimately the more things we don't have conversations about, the more problems we have, as we can see. As we can see, we are the race that have problems because we don't talk about things. We grew up in a society where we have to sweep things under the carpet. And I find it that for me more now than ever, speaking to people has been my healing sort of, you know.
It's funny how you say that. You know, it's funny how you say that because so maybe just a bit of background on how we started around table conversations. So I was invited to all these interviews and everybody was like, babes, why don't you just start your own conversation?
Exactly.
And I was like, who am I going to talk to? What am I going to say? Who am I going to ask to be the best? You know what I mean? And when I did start, I just started, you know? I literally put a team together of people that I know. I was like, guys, this is what I want to do. Can you help me put this together? Can we run with it? And they loved it. You know what I mean? And with you saying that, I found that with this platform, there's a lot to talk about, man. You know, I gave somebody
so much.
I gave somebody an example yesterday where I said I was actually talking to someone during the weekend, and then I kind of retouched on the conversation, Mabani, where I was saying I actually appreciate our good actors and actresses, right?
For sure.
Why I say this is because I was watching there's this movie at Denzel that's now trending on Netflix. It starts with an R. I forgot the name. I'm very bad with the name. Sorry, guys. So
Winter's frozen. You're frozen.
Gosh. Okay. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. Yeah.
You're back.
Okay.
You
Jeez,
did
sorry,
a little like statue. You did like statue.
Freeze.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was saying, so Denzel had to then play the role of being a lawyer. I then made an example of Will Smith about another movie where he had to be a forensic pathologist, you know. So it takes a lot of courage to kind of do the research and find yourself in these roles, right? And that's exactly what happens with the conversations that we're having, is that we need to do the research. We need to understand who we're talking to. We need to be mindful of the facts that we're sharing and information that we're sharing, because we're speaking to a mass audience. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like you're saying, we're so afraid of having these conversations that we don't turn to, you know, we don't know where to go, where to start.
Yeah. Oh, we lost you.
Again.
Yeah. You back yet?
Okay, carry on. Yeah, it's fine. Carry on, Zamu.
I wanted to say to you, just when you were talking about you didn't know where to start with at the ATT, that sometimes we try overthink things, and I think that was the whole thing about, like, you know, I kept on asking my husband, like, Hosi, like, oh, what should I do? Should I, like, should I, sell cushions, African print cushions? Should I do this? And you overthink certain things, right? And then days go by, time goes by, you haven't done anything in 90 days, you're still conceptualizing this thing. So ultimately, we also as people need to, get over that fear a little bit that things won't be perfect when they start, right? So like you're saying, it's a matter of, I want to have I want to do this. I want to have a conversation with people. It's going to be online and hear the topic. And I've also found the substations that somehow the universe has just all come together just to say, okay, you want to do this, girl? We're going to help you. And, Zabalaza, I was talking about the comments. It's like, start your business and do it. The world somehow, the universe just ends up supporting you.
Yeah, it will support you.
And things that are meant for you, and things that, you truly are authentically showing up for, people come out and they help you and they offer their help to you. So just do it. Utlabona after, but just start. Yeah.
I mean, Lung, you guys I don't know what the story is, or maybe you can tell us a bit of how you guys started with the music.
Yeah.
Having 290 kids is a lot. To me, you're feeding a 5% of a community somewhere. You know what I mean? You're changing other kids' lives, where you're introducing them and getting them off the streets, because they're not going to be doing drugs. They won't be spending too much time.
Music.
You guys get to a point where you're saying, now we're going to have a music school and we're just going to go for it. I mean, you are appointed as director, as young as you are. That to me is so
amazing.
Great, and it's an achievement.
Amazing.
Amazing. How do you get to that point?
You're making me blush.
Girl, I told you, the next Sikela is coming out of that school.
Yes. Yeah, I want to tune them, So, I mean, the center was built in 2009. So the Cape Gate Kushlip family, they funded the construction of the building, actually. So we have a beautiful building, guys. Like, I swear, we're in Soweto, but as soon as you're inside our premises, you feel like you're in maybe Greenside or so it's a beautiful, well-equipped building. It's just and we're actually one of the first music schools that is actually that is well structured. And also our program is like super structured. We're the only school here in Soweto that is like that. So yeah. I mean, I only joined the organization 2 years ago. I joined it as an administrator, so I would like do anything administratively, and then
done for you.
Yeah. I was promoted. So it's all about just putting in the work, I guess. But so our building belongs to the Department of Education. Yeah, and then it's an NPO, so no one gets to own the building. Even the board the directors that sit on our board, they don't own the building. So because it's of benefit to the community. It's not like it's not private property. It's public. it's public property. So, I mean, we're blessed in that way, you know, because our overhead cost is just only to cover up our HR cost. So what we mainly fundraising for, it's for the program to continue, be able to pay our teachers and the staff. Otherwise, everything has been taken care of by the Department of Education.
Wow.
So
I mean, that's amazing because, sorry, I was saying it's amazing because, guys, you find that a lot of schools don't have co-curricular, what we call co-curricular, extramural activities, you know, for the kids. And you have, as much as you were only in the organization for 2 years, but as a young person, for you to even kind of give off your time and your knowledge and your skill and whatever it is that you brought to the table, to the organization, to where you're sitting now, that speaks volumes in itself, you know? Because we don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know who the next president is going to be. We don't know where we're all going to land up, really three, sitting like this. You know what I mean? You know, even with the conversation, you could literally have a lungi on SIP sessions, you know, because you use a different platform altogether. And there's a different audience, different people. Like I said, it becomes networking. We all get to understand who's doing what and where we can kind of also plug ourselves in. So well done to you, Lungi, and your organization.
Lungi, for real.
So my thing is, before I actually came to join this organization, I had another job opportunity, right? In town. It was one of the big art galleries. I had just recently came back from a curatorial residency in France. So, and then, you know, it was both were lucrative deals. But at the center, let me just share this personal story, how I got involved with the center.
Go ahead.
I'm going to try and be short. So at the center, I had like these two opportunities. One, it's in town, like, you know, big gallery, like, you know, like lifestyle, you know, rose bank, you know. And then I'm like, cool, now I have to come and work in the hood, you know. And they offer me like less salary than it is at the lucrative at the well-established gallery. You know, and I had to make a sound decision. I checked and I was like, okay, cool. This is where I am. This is where I want to go. And the job offer that Lebe like Soweto, it was a shorter route where I wanted to go, even though I was gonna get a couple of thousand less than you know, being a what's assistant at this nice gallery there. You know, so I was like, no, man. And I was just looking at how us as young people coming from the township and having college qualifications, that we have a one system of making it in life. You have to work for a corporate, to work for a bank, and then you are Pumelokshini, and then you go stay in the burbs. You know, not so many young people come and give back to their community. And I'm more for social entrepreneur. Like, I love social entrepreneurship. I love giving back. And I thought that, you know what, like, there's so much things that I still need to do for my people. You know, not only for me, but like,
I was about to say that. I literally was about to say that.
The impact will be
like we need to serve we need to serve our people. So I was gonna ask you if the other gallery was serving like the non-black.
No, like,
don't be afraid to say it.
You know, like sometimes I'm place, and then here I would like no. So what I actually like about my role at the center is that besides my position and the title, that actually like it just means nothing. But what I actually like more, what drives me more, is that I have the space, and this space I'm able to think out of the box, and I'm able to, you know, to like try and like do arts festivals if I want to do film art festival, music art festival. So nothing is limiting me.
No, I'm so here for you. I'm literally I'm here for you, like all the way.
And, you know, there's nothing that you can do there.
You know?
So I was like, no, like, this is the space. This is where we're supposed to be with my people. And I like to come at work, and then I don't even have to speak English, like, you know, like, well, and then it's so nice because, you know, but obviously there are, like, you have to put systems in place, protocols, like, you know, your company's procedures and policies in place. So systems got to be in place, like, no doubt. You're still at work when at work. You respect your time, you become punctual, you do the things that you're supposed to do as usual. But I just love the freedom, that we have here, where else going to other developed institutions, I would say.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful story to listen to, because
Yeah.
we don't often tell our stories. We've depended so much on social media, where you're just posting on social media. We're not having the conversation, and it's one of those things. If people engage, they engage. But I like the fact that this platform has given us, or opened up our minds into understanding that we are not alone. You know what I mean? And we are young, we're Black, and we're making moves. You know what I mean? So that's why I said in the beginning that making moves for me is not about being an MD sitting up there. It would have been great if all of us were, hey, we would have been big titles or whatever it is that people perceive to be. You know what I mean? But what we are doing right now is big in my world. It's big in our world, because like I've always been taught that consistency breeds success. You know what I mean? So because we have started, we just kind of need to be consistent and keep it together, and move on from it, to say, okay, we've done something. So what next for subsections? You know what I mean? What next for the music school? And we need to think about all those things, So it really isn't a battle.
And network. Network.
Network. And we're not in bad spaces. We just need to remind ourselves that we are not in bad spaces. There's a lot of other young people that are either trying to start businesses or trying to start platforms. And I think it's just about guiding each other as well, and helping each other through. In your bio, Zami, you speak a lot about how your husband kind of pushes you as well, or has been your pillar. Maybe you want to tell us as to how that journey has been for you, and how it's kind of not even affected your marriage or affected your family, but how it's built you and it's built your character in this uncertain time, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know what I mean? Corona, guys. What happens from here?
For sure. I just to tell you that, it's not like I wasn't crying. It's not like I wasn't upset during lockdown. Like you're saying, on social media, you'll see someone posting something, and, you see a different side to it. So lockdown was, and the retrenchment was scary for me. It was scary. It was, I was anxious, like really anxious, I'm still studying. I'm very stressed about how I'm funding the rest of my studies. So there were a lot of things I had to think about. So why my partner was someone who was very important to me, besides being the person I'm isolated with, I had to learn how to communicate clearly, articulate my feelings clearly, which I clearly haven't been very good at doing that before lockdown. And babes. So I had to learn how to articulate my feelings and how to express myself in a non-combative way, I think, to my partner, right? So in a way that the energies are not bad in the house, where if I just say something like, I'm not washing the dishes again, and now it's a fight because I spoke in a way that like in a bad way. So having him here has also just kind of kept me calm a little bit. It kept me out of like that depressive mode, in terms of I see him working, I see him sort of his passion around the stuff that he does, and I kind of also feel like, what, I gotta count my blessings. I gotta count that I got a house, I got water, I got bread, I got jam in the fridge. Like
you got a good support structure.
Exactly. And I've got his support structure. So that was one of the biggest things. We then kind of had a conversation around, we're going to start having this energy in the house around creativity, because he's also in marketing and I'm also in marketing. So creativity around whether we're doing TikTok videos, whether we're doing exercise home videos, whether, we're having like Zoom parties with people, whether, we're checking in Zoom parties with, he has a lot of Zoom parties with his family. How do we keep that creative energy? And that has helped us also around what I'm building, which is this content creation platform, similar to you, which is now igniting me, right? So getting me energized about young people, about us, about our story, about our journey. He's also now creating, exactly. And he's now creating his business, which is the mobile grooming business, Barbers on Bikes. And it's also amazing seeing him. So the energy's in the house now. Everybody's creative. Everyone's thinking of things. Everyone's like finding, something creative. Yes, so find something that you feel can just inspire you, create you. I mean, for me also, Lungile, music is everything in this house. It's like anybody who's visited us or been here knows music is, and we play anything from trap to gospel to obrigado
Mozart.
type Portuguese music. You know, music is everything. It's everything. So I mean, the work you're doing for me is like the kids that you're teaching are going to change the world. Like there's no doubt about it.
Definitely.
Already inherently as Black people, we are the most creative race. Like we're like no one can dispute that. We are the most creative, and we're good at it. When we're good at it, we're like we kill it.
Yeah,
we're
So,
amazing.
you know,
We're
and you know,
we kill it.
it's been very also. Sorry, you can go on.
No, go for it.
Go.
It's been also very like mind opening for me, you know, having to like work in town and to come back to work at Gasi, you know, it's the energy has shifted, you know, but I'm taking the things that I've learned on the previous organizations that I've been with and I'm applying them here. And
sure.
It's just amazing. There's just so much.
We just need to reach out. You know, we just need to like say I don't know or I need help or hey, actually this is what I'm doing. And somebody might close the door on you. Well, that's fine. But you know what? That door that does open is gonna be like amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I feel. Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, right now, like every email I get, it says, "Dear Nomzamo, we regret to inform you that babes,
it's okay. It's okay.
Now good job, you're not getting it." So every day I'm being rejected. I'm being told no every day. Every day I'm getting an email that says, "Thank you for applying for this job, but
we regret to inform you,
we regret.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna let that get me down. I mean, I hate seeing those words, we regret to inform you. But I've found a way to find other energies that, okay, cool, you regret to inform me, but actually, babes, I'm gonna inform myself with my own information.
You take it feels like redirection in a way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's why I keep asking you, that's why I keep asking you that, what are you doing at the platform? Like, keep at it. Like, this is our time. Just be deliberate. Be deliberate.
Like, can I tell you guys, man? I fail at answering those questions. Like my sister sits on me and she's like, yo, dude, you need to be able to answer these questions. Like, do you understand that you've got people watching you, people that are expecting you to either give them some sort of breakthrough or some sort of information, you know? And my Monday co-host was saying, ain't no best time to be young and Black than now in South Africa. You know what I mean? And I feel that, look, like yes, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. And I had somebody ask to say, why must we always be labeled entrepreneurs and white people are not entrepreneurs, but they're businessmen or women? You know what I mean? So I've kind of also moved away from the word entrepreneurship, and I've kind of deliberately used the word a businesswoman or a businessman, and I'm building a business. You know what I mean? Because that in itself kind of makes you understand the difference of what an entrepreneur is and what a business is, you know what I mean? So where is it that we're sitting right now, you know? So yes, Tebogo, we see you on bikes, we see you on the comment section there. But so what I'm getting to is that it's hard, guys. It's very difficult, and I won't lie to anyone. It is so difficult where my Mondays are like, oh my God, I've got a show. I need to prepare myself mentally. Then it's Wednesday again, like, oh, I've got another show on Wednesday. So it's 2 days in a week where I'm hosting people, I'm talking to people, and it's different topics all around. You know what I mean? My son is literally my production assistant. He's sitting on the bed with his earphones, like, it's one of those things. But he's also gotten into the factor, mommy, what am I doing now? You know what I mean? What are we doing? Who are you guys having on the show? Who are you talking to? And the nice part about that, as young as he is, he's wanted to get involved in some of the conversations that we've had. You know what I mean? That resonates with him as well. So I'm glad that we've started, and I'm glad that in everything that we're sitting at, you know what I mean? There's no better time to start than now, you know? And Kumzile is saying here, yes, be clear about your intentions. So she taught me that intent and purpose must always be my keywords in everything that I do. So if I talk about intent and purpose, you know where it comes from, you know? But it's been such a journey, and I'm enjoying it. And I enjoy the fact that we might not have the money streams now, but we're building networks and we're building platforms and streams where they will survive at some point, you know. So like COVID ain't got nothing on us, guys, you know what I mean? And this is the time where we kind of moth. Wait, it starts as a silkworm.
A worm, yeah. Starts as a worm.
Yeah, the worm.
Then
it becomes the cocoon again.
Yeah.
No, it goes into the cocoon be like it.
Yes.
So
it's hibernate or whatever.
The hibernation, yes. So COVID is the hibernation for us, ne? Yeah. And as all of this is lifting, I feel like we are cracking out of this cocoon and we're butterfly. You know what I mean? So it's all a process, and it's about trusting the process and trusting the journey. So I'm really excited for all of you ladies here, and I'm wishing you the best in everything that you do. I really, really can't wait to see
moves, girl. You're also making moves.
Yeah,
we're also black and making moves.
Thank you. Like thank you so much. You know, I might not see it myself, but thank you so much. You know, and it's about us sticking together as well. So Lungi, please don't forget to share your pages with me. Zami, please also share your pages so that at least people know where to find you, people know where to connect with you,
Lungi,
and we can carry on.
We're gonna talk about that for some sessions.
Please, yeah.
Do you see what's happened now? Like, I feel left out. Like, I feel left out. Guys.
You as well.
Yeah. But thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Before we go, just in closing, Lungi, to the young people out there, what are your last words from the show? Not just on a general basis, but from the show, to saying, if you're watching this show, I mean, sitting and talking to two other women, what are your takeouts of it, and what do you have to say to the next person sitting at home?
Okay, so I'd love to say that to everyone who's listening right now, that mind over matter. Hey, like it's we are all going through the same thing. We are just like, I think now it's better. We've went through the paranoid phase, so now we're just finding our feet back. All I want to say is that we're capable.
Yes.
And whatever it is with you, whatever industry you're on, like, now's the time to gear up. Like, if it must be a proper planning phase, like right now. So whether you have money to start your business or you don't have money to start your business, or whatever your career, or you want to go back to school, do it. God will make a way. It's time. Up. Like, there's no turning back from now. So we can. We just have to believe in ourselves and have faith. Pray and do the work.
Definitely.
What Lungi said. No, for me.
No way.
No, for me, I just feel that you are, or all of us are, exactly where we are meant to be. We are where we are meant to be. And your process is going to be different to somebody else's, whether you're working, unemployed, trying to get back to school, start a new business. You're exactly where you are meant to be. But it's just the starting, right? So it's the don't overthink it. It's the fear. It's the negative self-talk. It's, this is the time where even like toxic friends, like COVID has got rid of that for you. Yeah, COVID got rid of that for you. So now you've got more clarity in your vision. And now Vision 2020 is clearer for you now. Now you know your purpose, you know your intent, and you sleep on it every day. So that thing that's keeping you up at night every day saying, do this or start your business, like, do it. Like, do it. Do it. That's it.
Don't sleep on it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies. We've come to the end of our show. It's been so amazing. I feel like
I don't want to go.
I know, but we're getting ready for your show. We're getting ready for your show in an hour, But I feel like a lot of weight has been lifted, off our shoulders as well. Just talking about it, knowing that there's other people to listen, knowing that you could be making a difference or sharing some sort of knowledge to the next person, So thank you so much, ladies. Thank you to our audience. Thank you for the engagement as well. Thank you for everybody that's just taken the time to tune in. It's always so heartwarming seeing that there are people that also want solutions. We don't have all the solutions, We started the conversation, but let us also try and find solutions to the conversations that we've started, you know. So from the Around the Table team, thank you so much, ladies. And to our guests, we will meet again next week, Monday at 6 p.m., where we will be talking about Africanism and spirituality. So thank you from the Around the Table conversation. See you all on Monday.
Thank you.